There comes a time when you have to step up and say something. Now, before I get into this whole thing, I need to start by saying I have been a defender of my Las Vegas Raiders from, especially from this last season, because I have felt like, quite honestly, they did not get near the love that they deserved. I think a lot of people, especially from what I'm seeing on social media, just from ESPN, all those guys and everything. Even though I have to give Stephen A. and everybody a lot of credit, there's been some raising the question as to if the Las Vegas Raiders are a team that's being slept on too much, and if they can indeed make it back to the playoffs in 2022. But I have a problem with the rest of these social media and the way that everybody else is painting the Raiders, because I understand it. I understand the idea of the fact that they're in the toughest division in football. You have the Chiefs, won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago, constantly in the AFC Championship game. Well, I mean, unless the Bills have something to say about it, we'll have to see. But, even though they take care of the Bills, but it's kind of one of those things where, every year you're just really excited to see that matchup. The Denver Broncos trading for Russell Wilson, adding a couple of things via the draft and free agency as well. And then obviously the Chargers, who, are quite arguably, I think between the Chargers and the Raiders, you have an argument for the two most improved defenses in the entire NFL, like no cap. So when I talk about teams that are being slept on, I think that there is no team right now that is being slept on more than the Las Vegas Raiders. Like, it's a trap. Here's the thing. I don't think people realize how good Davante Adams and Derek Carr are together. I know what you're going to say. It's the whole, that was college. That was, that wasn't the NFL. Davante Adams had arguably the last couple of seasons, had some of the top seasons, as a wide receiver in the NFL with Aaron Rodgers, who is, we know, a Hall of Famer and all of that. But can you imagine? Now, obviously, Derek Carr, I don't think is necessarily on that level as Aaron Rodgers, but he is certainly a respectable quarterback and does not get the credit that he deserves. I'm fully expecting, especially now with the weapons that Derek Carr has, a true number one. Well, Hunter Renfrow was in that category last year, but a true number one, a receiver that he has a rapport with, an offensive line that, let's be real, is my biggest concern at this point. But, Colton Miller, they've got some pieces, but I'm interested to see how we'll all come together. But my point is, when we talk about the Raiders, and we talk about how put together, the rest of this team is, specifically the offense. Josh Jacobs at running back, all these weapons. I'm just at a point where I'm ready to stop listening to everybody that doesn't think that the Raiders. I just saw a ranking that the Raiders are going to be like the 21st team in the NFL. I don't get it. I don't get it. Are we really going to sit here and say that the Raiders are not at least a top 7 team in the NFL? Like, worse, like, just look at this offense. Like, and I know, what offense wins games, defense wins championships. Fine, let's go to defense. You talk about the way that this defense is stacked up has gotten better. I think we pointed it out yesterday in the article we read off of, what was it, Fansided or whatever. The fact that this team got better at all 3 levels. It's shocking. I think at the end of the day, when you have, obviously, yes, the Davante Adams trade was one of the biggest offseason acquisitions in the entire offseason moves, in the entire NFL this year. Yes, absolutely. But it's the fact that a lot of these other signings and, went under the radar a little bit. We talk about, Chandler Jones, pairing him with Max Crosby, who in my mind, he's finally got the help he deserves. Like, thank you for getting this guy. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Unique Ngakoue, but there were some times where in the run game I was kind of questioning how he would hold up. But, Chandler Jones, Bilal Nichols, who I think is going to shock a lot of people in terms of that interior. You drafted a couple guys, on that defensive line that honestly, I think are going to shock some people too. So, just top to bottom, I get the hesitancy to maybe have the Raiders as a top 5 team. But there is no question in my mind that they're easily a top 10 team. And I put them out. I think, what did I put them out for or whatever? I'm not sure what I put them out the top of my head when we did our offseason rankings. But you cannot sit here and tell me that this Las Vegas Raiders team is not ready to go in all phases. Yes, the offensive line has some things you want to see, but I think they'll get it figured out in a preseason. And I think that's when you're going to see Derek Carr really take off with having his old running mate back in Davante Adams. And I'm excited. The hate has to stop, because the Las Vegas Raiders are the team everyone is sleeping on, and it's getting old. world. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. That helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. You guys know what to do. Give us a like and a follow there. We love every single one of you. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders being the team that everyone is sleeping on.